So guys, today it is time to take a break from grinding road deer and finally start a very special hunt here in Scotland that I've been wanting to do for a while now. We are gonna be hunting for our first ever wild haggis, actually putting effort into a hunt. You know, supposedly the wild haggis has been completely fixed with the most recent update, so now we should actually have a chance to get it, because before the update only the new accounts were able to get it. We already have a very good idea of what is exactly the trigger that causes a wild haggis to spawn, so assuming our theory is correct, we should already have a wild haggis in the map. The only thing we have to do now is to find it. And of course that is way easier said than done, because the haggis can potentially spawn around the top 2/3 of the reserve, which is a huge area, and of course finding a single creature on such a big area can be very hard. So yeah guys, it's definitely not gonna be easy, we have to cover a lot of terrain, but hopefully, after putting some serious time, we are finally gonna be able to find our first ever wild haggis, and man, I'm excited. It is by far the rarest creature on the entire game. So guys, we're gonna start by exploring the top left corner of the reserve, this area up here. This region is inside the wild haggis home range, so we should have a chance to find it here, we'll see. You know guys, the wild haggis is a very elusive creature. We have a very good idea of what triggers their spawn, but still, not exactly. Because we know that at least in the case of the new accounts, what triggered their spawn was simply completing the second mission and spending time on the map. Apparently you simply had to spend something like 1 hour after completing the second mission for the wild haggis to spawn, but that simply cannot be the only trigger, because what happens in the case of the old accounts that actually managed to spawn the haggis before the update? My theory is that there are actually multiple things that could trigger the spawn of a wild haggis. The first trigger would be simply completing the second mission and following a specific route, which was the one that was working only for the new accounts before the update, and the second trigger has to be something completely different. Maybe it is just spending time on the map or visiting certain regions. It is hard to know what the second trigger is, but the thing is, we already completed the second mission and we have already spent a very good amount of time hunting here in Scotland since I've been grinding a lot of road deer. So if completing the second mission and spending time on the map is one of the triggers, then the wild haggis should already be around here. Maybe not on this region, but somewhere within the top section of the reserve. I'm not gonna lie guys, we may need help of other people to be able to find these haggis here on my map, because it is a lot of terrain to cover, but if it is already on the map, we are certainly gonna find it eventually. And guys, the fact that my goal today is to find the wild haggis doesn't mean that I'm not gonna try to also find other trophies, because I'm also gonna be hunting other animals. You know, if we can come across a couple trophies while trying to find the wild haggis, that would be amazing. Now here we have a couple feral ghosts, that one is a level 4, nothing special, just gonna take a look around. It's gonna be very important to pay attention to our surroundings, because the wild haggis tends to like this kind of place. Like you see that place over there? Those mountains? That seems to be the kind of place where the wild haggis likes to feed. Ooh. I think that was a piebald red deer. A female piebald red deer. I think it's that one. I saw it for a second before she entered the forest, and to me it looked like a piebald. Although I'm not gonna say that I'm completely sure, because I saw it briefly. Should be over there. That is a level 7. Level 6. It's probably one of those. Or maybe it wasn't a piebald. Come on, I know what I saw. If it was actually piebald, we should be able to spot it here. Why did they stop? That one is alarmed. Still no signs of any piebald. Are they coming back? Yeah, they seem to be coming back. Okay, we need some cover. Maybe on that shrub. They are coming in. Not a piebald. I'm starting to think that maybe it was just a common. That would be lame. Imagine confusing a common. Ooh, there she is. Yeah guys, I knew it. They are leaving. Yeah, apparently we spooked one and now the rest of the herd is also leaving. This is a difficult spot because the terrain isn't completely flat. There she is. Alright, like 70 meters out. Let's zero for 75. She's attentive. Should be good. Maybe a single lung, maybe double lung. She's going down very slowly, so I have my doubts, I'm not gonna lie. The important thing is that we dropped her, and that was a very quick rare, after roughly 20 minutes. Look at the fur. I believe this is my first piebald red deer with a new fur, which is great because the difference compared to how they looked before Scotland was released is massive. They look amazing now, look at that. I'm actually gonna tax it. You know, I rarely ever tax the female rares for the antler species, but this one is special. Not too bad. Great way to start the haggis hunt. No haggis so far, but I'll definitely take a rare. Red grouse. Okay. From all the species that you can hunt on this part of the reserve, I would say the red grouse is my favorite, and I'm still missing a truly big diamond for them, as well as the albino and the melanistic. So I also wanna focus on them while hunting the haggis. This is a big flock apparently. There we have him. That is a female, and 4 more over there, that is also a female. That was a male, didn't see the size. Come on. We hit her. We hit like 3. Here we have this one, which is only a common female, 60.31. I'm curious to see how big the male was. It is this one. 63.36, just a silver as well, level 2. We also hit another female, which is right here, just a common as well. Brown plumage, 61.43. There's a female red grouse over there. Is she solo? It would be disappointing if it's just a solo. Ooh, big flock. Alright, level 2, 66 top estimate. We're gonna try to hit him. That's 1. Come on. That's 2 by accident pretty much. Damn. We let him get too far before we started blasting, so the shots weren't the best. I honestly wanna try to kill the rest of the flock as well, because I'm not sure if the red grouse can actually respawn if you don't kill the entire flock. Maybe not. Some feral goat? Couple females. Look, I'm still gonna try to hit one of these females on the trot, just for practice, using the new 2506. We're gonna shoot that one. That was not a good hit, unfortunately. Bro. And that wasn't a good hit neither. What's the problem? You know, one of the most difficult things about shooting animals while they are moving is the fact that the speed of the bullet actually seems to vary depending on the weapon. So of course, depending on how fast the bullet is how much you'll have to lead the shots. And by the looks of it, the speed of the bullet on this 2506 is not exactly fast. At least not compared to the Malmer 7mm for example. Or even with the 243 Ranger, which is actually a better comparison since they cover similar classes. Oof. I got scared for a second, it's only Fox. She was just laying down right there like a little ball, and for a moment I thought it was a haggis, I'm not gonna lie. And it isn't the first time something similar happens to me, because I've also been scared by many hares in the past especially. And well guys, I would say we already spent enough time exploring this top left corner, so now it is time to start checking this area, which actually has produced a lot of haggis. This is probably the region where more haggis have been killed across the community. It is full of mountains, full of open areas, perfect place to find the haggis. Eh? What is this dog doing? We cannot even spot it. He's on the migrating animation. Can we even hear it? And we could actually kill it. No way. I think it's the first time I managed to hear a dog while it is on the migrating animation. Here we have it. It was a female, and we can actually claim it surprisingly. 624.6. Great plumage female, that was so random. And I have no idea why a random female just appeared like that at such a low altitude. Oh, there's a red grouse. That is a male, 65 top estimate. Tiny. Let's hope it is part of a flock. Yeah, it is actually part of a flock, look. And there's another male. There is 1. There is 2. There is 3. Come on. Don't escape. 4. Perfect. I just love hunting birds for this reason. It's constant action. 65.67. This one is just a female, another silver. I wanna see a second male. It is this one, 67.44, that is a big one. Just a level 2 though. And I'm pretty sure the fourth one was just another female. Hold up. She's right there, look at how she landed. And there's also a red girl over there, look. Level 6. I wanna try to hit the neck on this one. Or the heart. I think the neck will be easier from this angle. Let's go for it. Oof, perfect neck shot. Now here we have this female, which landed terribly above this rock. Just a silver. And I'm very happy with the shot we managed to make on this red deer. A beautiful neck shot, look at that. Perfectly centered, can't complain. Just not gonna try that on a diamond because I'm probably gonna botch it, I'm not gonna lie. Please tell me that female is part of a flock. Oh yeah. Second female. Another female right there. They are already fleeing. But I'm just trying to spot the males, I'm not seeing any. Oh, there's one. 65 top estimate, medium size level 2. And they are flying already. Couple of females right here. 2 kills. The male is over there. Another kill. And I wanna think there was a second male. I'm seeing another red grouse flying over there, plus a couple more. Oof. Come on. We aren't able to hit that one, but I think we hit a male. Yup, 69 top estimate, that one is big. The other one was a female. So yeah, we hit a male, which is what matters. And right here we have a couple females. Nothing super big, couple silvers. Which I guess will be the same case for the first male we shot. Here we have it, 65.32, another silver. However, the second male, that one was promising. Not promising enough to be diamond potential, but definitely to be the biggest level 2 of the hunt. 66.06, never mind. We have gotten a couple of 67s already. There's another male over there? Come on, level 1. 2 level 1s, are you kidding me? Well, that female right there, that could be big gold. I have no idea of how big the females are able to get, but I assume they are able to score close to 70, perhaps? Hold up, is that a male? We need to reload? That is a female. And the flock is flying towards our right. Except for one, what is that? We dropped it. Just a female as well. So yeah guys, as you can see, the Wild Haggis hunt is slowly turning into a red grouse hunt. I was gonna say ptarmigans, but they are red grouses. A male, ooh, that is a big one. 70 top estimate. I simply love when they fly towards me. That's so much easier. Curious to see a score on this one. 68.22, okay. This is actually the biggest level 2 of the hunt. The biggest red grouse of the hunt so far. Although it's still not even close to diamond, because the diamond is, as you can see, 72.75. Oh, look at that! Legendary red fox. No way, a legendary fox? Is it a solo? I mean, there's a female very close to it, but I think it's actually solo because they aren't that close. So yeah guys, I'm very excited about this one. We are still looking for the haggis, but of course we haven't found a single haggis. But man, a legendary fox, after not seeing one for a while, I'm definitely gonna take it. And you know, this is actually a very good chance to, for the first time, try the soft point bullets on the 2506. The difference with the soft point bullets and the polymer tip bullets is that the soft points actually cover class 2 species, while the polymer tips cover class 3 to 7. So let's go for it right here. It is like 120 meters out. I wanna see a penetration. That's it. He's down. Can I hit the female as well? I mean, she's in range, and she's perfectly broadside. Perfect hit. Finally, decent shot on the throat using this weapon. By the way guys, before we claim this level 9, let me know in the comments, what was your most recent trophy? I would love to see your answers in the comment section. You know, the estimate was something like 12 to 14, which isn't exactly promising, could be troll, but I wanna think it's gonna make it. Let's see a score. 14.1, he made it. Oof. 14.1 score, 13.88 kilos of weight, that is a very light level 9. Damn. I'm pretty sure I've seen huge mythical foxes with a similar weight, eh? Yeah, luckily for us, he ended up scoring very high for his weight. He could have perfectly trolled us. Not too bad, guys. So anyway, guys, we really tried to find the Haggis today. We explored a very good section of the top part of the reserve, all this area essentially. So we still have this region down here, as well as this entire region, which is actually where we are grinding road here, in order to cover the entire potential Haggis home range. So we still have a huge section of the map to explore, but we're gonna continue a different day. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye, guys.